Hello everyone, this is liljokerautobroker, and today we're going to talk about who makes the car that you drive. I made a list over the weekend and it surprised me, and it's going to surprise you as well. They are making cars all over the world now, and the car that you're driving may be manufactured anywhere in the world, and you're going to be surprised. So let's get started. This Little Joker Autobroker. So I'm going to start off with the domestic vehicles, the vehicles that are primarily manufactured here in the U.S. To keep it simple, first one is General Motors, which everyone knows is Chevy, GMC, Cadillac, and Buick. They're pretty much made all here. Some of the parts might be made somewhere else. And then there's Ford. Ford now owns Lincoln, Mercury, and Ford here in the U.S. That's pretty self-explanatory. Next one is the Japanese manufacturer Toyota. Toyotas are made in Japan. They do make some of them here in the U.S., but Toyota's been around for a long time. In my opinion, it's the best vehicle ever made. They're literally in a league of their own. They last a really long time, and they don't require a lot of maintenance. And they make Lexus. They make a brand called Hino. They make another brand called Daihatsu, and then they make Toyota products, which they make a lot of those here. Now the next one is where it starts getting really interesting. Volkswagen. Volkswagen's headquarters is in Europe, which everybody knows. They're a German car. They make Audi, Porsche, Bentley, Lamborghini, Ducati motorcycles, and of course Volkswagens. Okay, so take a moment and take a look at all these cars that they manufacture. So that's quite an impressive list. You're talking about some really high-end stuff here. I mean, the Porsche 911, your Bentleys, your Lambos, very, very, very pricey cars. The Audis are very expensive. It's best to buy these vehicles new and to buy them under the full manufacturer's warranty. When you buy them used, they can get quite pricey to maintain. You know, unless you're a mechanic or you have a good friend that's a mechanic. That's a lot of vehicles that Volkswagen owns. They're definitely one of the largest manufacturers of automobiles in the world. Now the next one is going to surprise you. This is a company that most of you have never heard of. It's called Tata Motors, and they're located in India. Now, Jaguar is a big surprise. Ford Motor Company owned Jaguar for a long time. So they're making a completely different product now. Jaguar is, your Range Rover and your Land Rover are also owned by the Indian company Tata Motors, which will surprise a lot of you, including myself. And the next one is a car they don't make a lot of here in America. It's called the Daewoo, and they manufactured those here until probably about 2005. I'm just using my memory on this. I haven't seen one in a long time. They did make that product here in the U.S. for quite some time, but your Land Rover, your Range Rovers are very, very big-time cars here in America. The people that make six-figure incomes, they like to drive these vehicles as status symbols, and it's an Indian-owned company, which is a surprise because they used to be British-owned. Now the next one is pretty interesting as well, and this is the Renault company. They've been making Renault in France for a very, very long time. Old manufacturer. Now, what surprised me the most is they also own Infiniti and Nissan. Think about that. There are a lot of Nissans and there are a lot of Infinitis in America. As a matter of fact, my favorite Infiniti is the car that I currently drive. It's called the Infiniti Q50 Red Sport 400. And it's one of the fastest production six-cylinder motors made here in the U.S. Well, it's not made in the U.S., but you know, that you can buy in the U.S. It comes stock with 400 horsepower, twin turbo. It goes 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds. I absolutely love the vehicle. It gets good gas mileage. It's probably the best bang for the buck that you can get as far as horsepower and gas mileage. And it's also extremely reliable car as well. The sensors go on it, but the motor and the transmission are known for lasting a long time on the Infiniti. With the Infinitis, you got to be careful on the QX series because they put the CVT transmissions in that. But I'll make another video and go into depth on that. They also own, like I said, Nissan, Infiniti. They own Mitsubishi, which Mitsubishi is making a big push on the electronic vehicles. There's still quite a few Mitsubishis here in America. There's still quite a few dealerships around. They're still around. Now this one surprised me. This is the expensive pickup trucks that you see. They're 100% electric vehicles. It's called the Rivian. And I see them a lot here in the Tampa Bay area. They're expensive. They start, I want to say, at about $120,000. It's funny because when you see the vehicle, you don't think that it's owned by Renault in France. That comes as a surprise. And they also own, this is another surprise, a lot of these surprise me. Samsung Motors in Korea is also owned by this company here in France, by Renault. So that's an interesting list of vehicles that you have